pretty nice little view there. Trial and error today. But very sweet.
What are you doing? This is just not gonna work. Of course, it worked the day I came in and checked it all, no problem. Then today, okay, one more minute.
You turn it off, turn it back on.
I did twice. That's a great suggestion. Right? I know.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll have to just problem solve it later. It's gonna be fine. See if I can do this too. Funny, super funny. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, Karen. Hi, Karen. Come in. You can put your shoes in the basket. And you can put your purse anywhere, and there's also some cubbies in the back. Welcome, welcome. You're perfect. I can't get the Zoom working anyway, so. Hi,
Yes,
Kelly.
you have. I'm on it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So my computer's not working in here today, so can you see if I put this over here? Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. Yay. it's working.
Yay.
All right. Let's just get the music to work too, but that's, we'll just wait on that for a second. We might do music one thing at a time. We'll do one thing at a time. This is the learning to roll with it era that we're all in. So welcome to yoga, welcome to Bar Energy and Soul Yoga. I think that we're gonna say Bar Energy's got soul, so
Yes.
we're all here together. I'm gonna do 2 minutes. And I know that, you know, personally, my yoga practice has shifted a lot in the last couple of years, you know, just because of everything. And so our practice today together might shift a little from what you've experienced from me before. And welcome, Linda, it's your first time here. And as always, you know, I want you to take care of your own body. And my words are suggestions. And yeah, if you have questions about something during class or something doesn't feel good, just shout it out. Like we're here to like kind of work together, and I want to honor where you're at. So start lying down. Lie down on your back. Can you hear me, Kelly?
Yes, I sure can. Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, so start lying down on your back. You can stretch your legs long, or if you want your feet flat, sometimes that feels better on your lower back to bend the knees. Just allow yourself to take up a little space right here on the floor. Maybe close your eyes, or eyes can stay gently open. Just feel your body here in space, or ground beneath you. Noticing your breath moving in and moving out of your body. Noticing just the walls, sensing the walls, the ceiling, the floor. the outline of your body here in space. Knowing right in this moment, there's nothing to do. And there's a mantra that I've been saying to myself that's helping is all is well. This moment, right here, right now, really all is well. And then from where you are, stretch your arms overhead. Good, and stretch your legs a little bit longer. If they're bent, see if you can straighten them. And then take your left foot and move it to the left about 6 inches maybe, or even more, maybe to the edge of the mat. Nice and straight with that leg, and then bring the right foot to touch the left. Or it can cross on top. So keep the legs straight. Yep, and just touch. Yeah, it's like a side bend, gentle side bend. And then you can wiggle your shoulders to the left a little bit, and even reach the left hand down towards the left foot. So you're in like a crescent shape or banana shape on the floor. Deanna, straighten your right leg so the leg is straight, even though it's crossed. Yes, like that. And if you don't feel anything, you can even wiggle your feet a little more left, your shoulders a little more left, and really feel that expansion through the right side, the ribs, outer hip, sides of the leg, the shoulder. Notice any sensations. And then you'll just come back to center, wiggle back to the midline, straighten the arms and legs, just get super long. And then try the other side. So you'll walk your feet to the right, left foot touches or crosses on top, wiggle the shoulders to the right, and the right arm can go down. It can also hold the left wrist over the head. Yeah, you can kind of be at play with what feels good right here in your body. This is subtle, yet it might have a profound impact because it's that whole left side. It might be like, what am I doing right here? But it's stretching through the fascia as well as the muscles, tendons, reaching through your bones. And just breathing, just taking a moment to breathe. Good, and then wiggle yourself back to the center line. Stretch your arms overhead, legs long. And then from there, draw your right knee up into your chest. And you'll just give it a little squeeze, maybe a slight rock from side to side. And then interlace your hands behind the hamstring, straighten the right leg. And you're just looking for 90 degrees right here. Just feel that stretch through the back of the leg. Press the heel up towards the ceiling, the left heel grounded to the earth. Take another breath. And then from here, if you want, you tuck your chin to your chest. Slide your hands up the back of the leg and lift up. So you're using a little core strength. And then the left foot can float off the ground. And you can also bend the elbows to bring your chest closer to your thigh. Heaving up the core. Good. And then lower down. Draw the knee into the chest and you'll switch sides. Straighten the right leg. Draw the left knee in. Start with a squeeze, a hug, and a little rock from side to side. Come to center, interlace your hands behind the hamstring and straighten the leg to 90 degrees if possible, flexing the foot or pointing, or you could roll the ankle around. And then if you'd like that little extra, tuck your chin to your chest, start to curl up, slide the hands up the back of the leg, maybe bend the elbows. And oh, mama, I feel that, that left leg. My whole left side's been, wow. You can float the right leg up. Good job. Nice, Kelly. And then lower down, draw the knee into your chest, pause. And then take both knees in. And you'll hold a knee in each hand and do some circles. You'll circle the knees away from each other. Try going away from each other. They're called frog circles. Just looking at the range of motion in your hips. Sometimes I have like a little popping or crackling. Go the other direction. These big circles or little circles are fine too. Good, and then squeeze the knees all the way into your chest. Take your arms overhead. You'll just roll to a comfortable side and press yourself up to a seated position. So just come on up into a cross-legged seat. Take your arms up, that big reach, and it'll twist to the right. Taking your right hand behind the back, left hand to your outer thigh. Inhale, lift into the crown of the head. Exhale, gently revolve. And slowly unwind back to center, reach up. Get long first, then twist left and drop the arms. Inhale, lift up, exhale, gently twist. So the mirrors are a new addition to our soul space. We didn't have them before, so you're welcome to use them and check alignment, but also feeling from the inside, noticing how you feel. And come back to center. One more time, reach your arms up, and this time you'll come forward. So you can bring your hands down first and then walk out, maybe drop the elbows and the forehead. And then come on up, and you'll come onto the hands and knees. You can take your time getting there, however you want to get there. And the floor is really hard. There's some extra padded mats in the back. You can let me know if you need them. From here, you'll move through some cow and cat. Just drop the belly and arch the back, moving at your own pace. Good. Just warming up through the spine, breathing in and out through the nose. If you can find that ujjayi, that whisper breath, the base of the throat. And then come to neutral, come to a flat back and take your right leg back behind you. So the ball of the foot on the floor and press the heel away from you. And rock a little front to back on that foot. Good, and then spin the right foot flat right here. So you're all in one line and open the right arm up. Modify that side plank. If you want a little more core work, you can float the right leg up. You can even bring the right arm overhead. Try to lift away from that left hand. And then look down, come back to tabletop, hands and knees. And you'll try the other side, left leg back, ball of the foot on the floor. Just rock a little front to back, stretching the toes, the calf, the Achilles, the sole of the foot. Try to spread into the pinky toe side of your foot. Be intentional with your hands on the earth. And then spin the left foot flat, open the left arm up. That big breath, try to lift a little bit away from the right arm. Nice, Karen. Good job, breathing. If you want to float the left leg, you can. Good, Carolyn. Left arm can go overhead even, and you get a little bit longer through the side of the body. And then return your hands and knees to the earth and sit back into child's pose. Just bring your big toes to touch and your hips back to the heels. Arms can stretch out in front of you. You can drop your forehead to the mat. If it feels good to move your hips side to side, you can do that. Sometimes I like that feeling. Good, and then from there, you'll come up to your hands and knees, tuck your toes under and lift up to downward facing dog. And bend one knee at a time, kind of pedaling out the legs. Listen to all those cracks. Sometimes I remember feeling like I'm the only body that does that. And it's like, no. How's your shoulder been? Oh, it's weak. Yeah. It needs this. Okay, walk your feet to your hands. So walk up towards the front of your space And come into a ragdoll forward fold. So holding your elbow points or your biceps, bending your knees slightly or a lot. You can be generous with the bend. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. Just feeling that hinge from the tops of your thighs, the head and neck be long and free, just like letting go. Gosh, my mind's been busy lately. Forward folds are a great place to kind of drop the thoughts. And release your hands down to the mat. So bring your hands up to your hips, slight bend in the knees. Come on up to stand. You can step the feet together if you want, or keep them hip width, and big reach up, arms overhead. And then bring your hands to heart center. And just pause right here. You can close your eyes or look down at your fingers. Maybe set an intention of what brings you here to yoga this morning. What's your intention moving into this day or this new month? Maybe it's gratitude. And then open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, bow forward. You can bend the knees as much as you need. Halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, lengthen out your spine. And then step back to a high plank position. So you can rock your feet back. If you need to drop the knees down for support, do that. Take a full breath here. And then lower your body carefully and slowly onto the mat. You point your toes behind you. Inhale, peel the chest up into cobra. Maybe just a baby cobra. Good, squeeze the elbows in right here. Maybe lengthen the back of the neck. Breathing. Now let your hands get light for a moment. See what that feels like. And place the hands down. See what that feels like. Maybe press a little higher. Good, and then lower down, tuck your toes under. You'll press back up to plank or to hands and knees. And then downward facing dog or child's pose anytime. And take one more breath. Empty it out. Look to your hands and bring your feet to your hands. You can walk or hop forward. Halfway lift. Hands can be on shins or fingers to the floor. Good. Bow forward. Exhale. Inhale, rise to the top. Extended mountain. Big breath in. Go right back down. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. We'll hold this again. Go firm through the front of the body. Soften the shoulder blade area a little. Then look forward. Bend the elbows, lower down. So strong. Point your toes, press up to cobra. Good, and then press back to downward dog. Tuck the toes, press up, high plank, downward facing dog. And breathing here. Next exhale, empty out. Look to your hands, bring your feet to your hands. It can be a walk or a hop. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold, last time through. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back or hop back, high plank. You can lower all the way down or halfway down. Come up to cobra or maybe upward facing dog. And press back to downward facing dog. Nice. Just deepening your breath by paying attention to it, noticing each breath. Next exhale, empty out. And then step or hop to your hands. Lift halfway, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Rise to the top, extended mountain, reach up. Bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your sides. Good job. So from where you are, the front of your mat, you'll step your right foot back and bring your feet to parallel. Keep parallel, feet about one leg length apart, and then turn your right toes to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips, and then just bend and straighten the right knee a couple times. So go in and out. There's those quick, some props again.
Some music.
It's the music today. I was just about to apologize for that, but it's kind of nice. I have sound in my life all the time. You know, it's so nice just to kind of have it quiet. So unfamiliar. Okay, bend your right knee, stay, and then open your arms out. And let the music today be your breath. Press your feet down flat and like spread your toes, like firm those feet into the floor, those roots like growing deep down. Good, and then straighten the right leg, relax your arms. We'll switch sides, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Hands on your hips, just bend and straighten that left leg a couple times. And your intention is to keep the knee on track with like the middle toe. So you're almost deliberately pulling it slightly left. So it's strengthening the glute muscles, stretching the inner thigh muscles, strengthening the quads. And the next time you drop in, you'll come down and hold that, and then arms can come up. And there's like a lightness to the arms and then an intention. So the combination of strength and firmness and ease. If you can find that whisper sound through the base of the throat, like let that be what you listen to. Good, and then straighten the left leg, bring your arms down. Turn the left toes in, the right toes out. We'll come right into warrior two, just open the arms, bend the knees, sink in. And then right forearm will come to the thigh. Side angle warrior, or right angle warrior, left arm up towards the sky. If you want to play with, kind of playing in this pose, you can reach your right fingertips to the floor. That changes things. You can reach the left arm either behind the back for a bind or the left arm overhead. Both arms can reach out for some core strength. Or the forearm can just stay right on that thigh. Gently nudge the right knee right, firm through the back leg, open through the heart. And from here, you'll gently unwind the left arm if it's behind the back, come up, switch sides, right toes in, left toes out. Look left, bend the left knee, so landing warrior two, and then tipping. If the legs feel tired or shaky, kind of get more even through both feet. Lengthen or play with the lengthening of the tailbone. Try to breathe into the back side of the body as much as the front side. Good, and let the right arm just pull you up to stand. Bring your feet to parallel, hands on the hips. Then interlace your hands behind your back. Take the knuckles down, chest up, and let's hinge forward, bow forward. You can shake your head. You can move your hips side to side. The one fun thing, so I used to teach in gyms for like 14 years, and there's mirrors, and you can see in the mirrors whether your hips are level or not. You can kind of assess, like learn about your body, but then my encouragement is to then feel from the inside what that feels like, rather than only be guided by what you see. It's just a tool. It's not the full truth. And eyes closed are fine too. Good. Release your hands down to the mat. And then right here, let's turn the right toes to the right, so to the back of the mat. Walk it around to the right foot, lift the left heel, and then just drop down into a lunge. So you can take the knee, left knee to the ground. Good, left knee to the ground. And then bring your hands to your right thigh. And feel the chest up. Or the hands can stay on the ground if that feels better. Draw the shoulders back. Good, Karen. You've been biking?
Not since the rain.
Not since the rain. Yeah, muddy biking is a whole nother sport. Good, reach your arms up here. Just stretch from the floor of the pelvis all the way up to your fingertips. Very good. Bring your hands back down to the right foot. Now shift forward into your right leg for standing splits. You'll take the left toes straight up towards the ceiling. And the fingertips can stay on the floor for balance. You can also hold your right ankle, which gives you a little more leverage to go down with the right hand, or you can try holding it with both hands. And then from here, you'll gently step back, walk it around, come all the way around to the left. Turn the left toes to the front, lift the right heel, and drop the back knee. And then you can bring the hands to the thigh or stay hands on the ground. I'll lay my back to you all. You're lengthening through the tailbone. There's a tendency to want to kind of rest on that front thigh. I want you to kind of drop back a little. That's where you'll get the bigger opening. And then if you want to reach up, reach up. And the back toes can be either pointed or tucked. So they're kind of two different experiences. And from here, it's standing splits. So bring your hands down to frame the left foot, tuck the right toes, shift your weight forward and take the right toes up. Very good. Maybe you hold on to that left ankle with the left hand or both hands. Good job. Nice, Linda. Try to get light through the hands. So the hands are their support, but they're light. Really counting on your left leg. And be able to count on your feet and your legs to carry you through life, right? So feel that support here. Reach the right leg up higher and then carefully step it back. Good. And then downward dog. Bring the left foot to meet the right. And just notice what you notice. Good. Lift your heels, look forward, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, come all the way up to stand. And then hands to the heart and arms down. How you feeling? Feels good to move, right? Okay, good. All right, you're sweating. That's a good sign. Okay, bring your left hand to your left hip here. You're gonna lift your right knee and catch hold of it. So if you need to come to a bar, you can hold a bar for helping with balance here. It's nice support. Good. Have the line on that left foot. And then open the right leg out to the right. Reach your left hand up to the left. Come back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides and kick your right leg behind you for airplane. Hold this for 3. Lift your shoulders towards the ceiling for 2. And then 1. Come back up to stand. Arms up, feet down, hands to the heart, right hand to right hip. You lift your left knee. So grow roots, like be intentional. Shoulders back, drawing into your core, and then opening it out to the left, reaching to the right. Good job. Come back to center, arms down, and kick your left leg behind you. Lift your shoulders to the ceiling, set your eyes to one point. See one thing, one color, one fleck on the floor, and open up your peripheral vision. Pull into the center. Pull the front ribs back. Good, come back to stand. Feet down, arms up. And then hands to heart center. Okay, we'll take tree pose here. Bring your right foot to your left leg. And it can go above or below the knee. Nice. You have your hands at your heart. Or maybe interlace the hands, take the palms up. And if there's another position that you prefer with the arms, do that. Good. Perfect. Let the eyes rest at one point. See one thing. It's really aligning yourself to this moment. What you see, what you hear, what you feel. Good, and then let the arms float back down. The right foot sets down next to the left. You switch sides. Bring the left foot to the right leg. First, just find your center line. Zip up through the center of the body. And then arms can come up or interlace and reach up. Good job breathing. See if you can find that ujjayi. It's a whisper sound, like you're breathing through a straw at the base of the throat. Let the arms release. Set the left foot down next to the right. Come back up to the front of your space. Take a big breath in. Reach high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Step your feet back, high plank. Let's just hold this. Let's just work this plank pose for a moment. Soften the shoulders. Firm through the front of the body. Good, and then low plank or lowering all the way onto your belly. Press up to cobra or upward facing dog. And press back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Take the right leg back. And then step it forward, coming back up to warrior two, where we were before. You're just coming in from a different angle. Good, and then straighten the right leg for triangle. So you'll tip your hips to the left, reach to the right, and then let the right hand drop down, left arm extend straight up. You want to really get connected from your pelvis to both feet. We're pressing down into the earth and rebounding up away from the earth. And then bend the right knee, let the left arm pull you up. So you're going to bring your hands to your hips and square them towards the front of the room. Step the left foot in and up slightly. And then take your left arm up and hinge forward. You can bring the hand to the shin or fingertips to the floor. Now pull the right hip back in space as you lengthen the spine forward, and then take the right arm towards the ceiling. It's called revolved triangle. Good job. This pose has so many elements to it. Breathing into the bottom of your lungs, lengthening the back of the neck. See what you see. And then hands to the mat. You'll step back, high plank, low plank, cobra or upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Awesome, breathing here. Lift your left leg up and back. And take that big step forward or help the foot forward. Come up to warrior two. Come up and around. Switch legs with it. Perfect, you're perfect. And then straighten the left leg for triangle. So you hinge to the left, pressing your hips to the right. Let the left hand go down, right arm extend up. Spreading the toes, rooting through the feet, getting grounded, feeling the support that you have right here. I feel the support from you. Breathing, noticing where your mind is wandering off to, and bring it back here to something in this space. See something. The present. And let the right arm pull you up. I like to bend the left knee to come up a little, and then you'll square your hips to the front again. Step the right foot in and out to the right. Hips square, right arm extends. You hinge forward, a twisting triangle. Hand can land on the floor or your shin, twist to the left, revolve, and then left arm goes up. So pulling that left hip back in space. If it's too much with the arm, the hand can stay on the sacrum or the hip. Yeah, good, Karen. Revolving through the rib cage, the lungs, the spine, the shoulders. And look down, plant your hands, step back, high plank, low plank, cobra or upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Keep your feet a little wider apart here. Just let your hips move gently right to left. Bring the hips back to center, pause. And then bring your knees to the floor. And you'll come to tabletop. And in tabletop, you'll take your right arm and open it towards the ceiling. And then thread the needle. Right hand goes behind the left wrist, onto the side of the head and shoulder. The left arm can stay as support, like right there where it is, or you can walk it towards the windows, towards the entrance door, towards the front, getting a little longer, but you don't have to. Notice your neck, your right ear, just try to soften and breathe. Very good. And then bring the left hand back by your face. Press down, come on up to tabletop. The other side. So take the left arm, open it up, and thread it behind the right wrist. Moving on to the side of the head and shoulder, and you might just stay. That's enough. You can walk the right arm overhead, using it in any way that feels good. I sometimes add a little like kind of a rock, or I'll press the back of the left arm down more, or revolve a little bit more. Rarely in a pose am I just completely still. Often I find little movements and doorways in. Working with the tissue of your body, working with the emotion that's stored in the tissue in your body. Looking for little doorways in, spaces that you can release. For what's holding you back, what can you let go of or become open to. Good. Bring the right hand back to the floor, press down, come up to tabletop. Do a few rounds of cow and cat, or any movement that feels freeing in your body here, or connecting you to your body. And then from here, you'll make your way to your seats. You can cross your feet or take them to the side, sit down. You'll just scoot yourself up towards the middle of your mat and let your feet be flat. Hands come behind the legs. And you'll just start to rock back till you feel your core body engaged. And then there's different ways of working here. If it feels better to be kind of a C curve, that's fine. If it feels better to be more like lifted, shoulders back, that's fine too. They're different muscle groups a little bit. And reach your arms forward. And if you want, you can pick the feet up. And then there's another, always more in yoga. If you want to straighten the legs, straighten the legs. Nice, Jeff. Lift your heels a little higher if you can. Good job. For 5, 4, see something. 3, 2. Now listen, you're going to go to a low boat. So you bring your low back to the floor. Try to hollow out the front of your body. Hold that. Yeah, good. That's it. Low back to the floor. Press it to the floor. Good, Deanna. Curl the chin to the chest. Curl the shoulders up a little bit more. And then lay all the way down. Good. All right, bring your feet flat to the floor for bridge. Boat to bridge. Bring arms down, lift your hips up off the ground. So press your feet firmly into the earth. You can tuck your shoulders underneath you. Sometimes I like to hold the edges of my mat and like pull it apart a little bit, which anchors my shoulders. Or if you want to interlace the hands, you can do that too. See if you can press a little firmer into the right foot. Just notice that, and then press a little firmer into the left foot. And then try to press evenly into both feet. Just notice. Sometimes we favor one leg. Just notice what's happening inside of your own body. Good, if your hands are interlaced, so release them and lower slowly down to the ground and let your knees knock together and your feet walk apart. So it's called constructive rest. The knees touch and the feet are apart. And there's very little effort. It helps the muscles in the low back to let go. Low back and pelvis. Maybe you feel your organs, just noticing. Okay, one more bridge pose. Walk your feet back underneath your knees. Press your feet down firmly into the floor. Tuck the tail, lift the hips. You can interlace the hands underneath your body, or you can hold the edges of your mat. You can also bend the elbows. That really anchors and grounds the upper arm bones to the earth. Nice job, each and every one of you. Press more into one foot, other. Just see what happens. Which leg are you using more of? Are you even? Are you using glutes, hamstrings, and quad strength evenly? Are you only using the glutes and not pulling with the feet? Like, what's happening? Like bringing the focus like from your skin in, feeling, breathing, feeling your strength, your commitment right here, the discipline of this practice right here. And to be in discipline means to be a disciple of, to be learning right here about yourself. You release your hands, lower slowly. This time, bring your feet together, knees apart, if that's comfortable in your hips. We'll pause right here. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly and chest as you breathe. Good, and then from here, you'll just take your left knee and close it over onto the right. So you roll over onto your right side. Take your left arm out to the left. You can hold the top knee in the right hand if you like. If you'd like a little bit more IT band or outer hip stretch, you can straighten the top leg and reach for the calf or the foot in your right hand. And then you'll bend the knee, come back to center, open your legs back up into that Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together and knees apart, just pause. And then you'll go to the other side. So close that right leg over onto the left, roll onto your left side. You can scoot your legs up if you want. You can hold the outer right thigh with the left hand. You can straighten the top leg, see what happens. Ooh. There's my left leg again. We all have little spots, right? Good. And then bend the top knee, come back to center, bring your feet together, knees apart one final time, Supta Baddha Konasana. And then gently draw the knees together and you can stay on your back for reclined pigeon, right ankle over left thigh. And pick the left foot up, or you can rock front to back and come into reclined pigeon. Facing the ground, good. Good. And if it's too much to pick that left foot up, it can always stay on the ground too. You get a nice opening right from there. Let's see if your head can rest. Your head touch, no. You can even pivot your body to the wall and press your left foot into the wall. Do that. Okay. Good, and then check in. Are you breathing? Are you continuing to breathe? Or are you drifting somewhere into the future or the past? Are you reminiscing? Is your mind kind of taken over? Or can you keep your attention here in your physical body and in this physical space? Could gently release that. You can bring both feet to the floor and pause. Maybe sometimes I like to circle my wrists after holding on for so long. Circle my wrists. You can move your legs side to side like windshield wipers, or stretch the legs long if the knees need that. And then we'll come to the other side. So other ankle, left ankle over right thigh. You can pivot near a wall and press your right foot into the wall, or interlace your hands behind the hamstring. That pigeon pose. Good. So I often ask for any special requests for class. And I remember years ago, a friend of mine, he would always say, let's do the birds. So his request was always all the bird poses. Pigeon was one of them. Normally people say like body parts, hips, shoulders. So noticing without judging, just being with your body, however it is today, and breathing, and you can breathe in love and acceptance, and maybe your intention, what you showed up here with, that intention today. Returning, like, I love the idea of my yoga mat is a sacred space. It's a space I come onto that's free from judgment. It's about acceptance and love and being my best self. And what does that take? What practices do I need to be that? Is it the practice of patience, of letting go, of forgiveness? Like, what is it? What does your body need? The tissues of your body. What does your heart need? What does your mind need, or your throat need? Like, what are the things that you can give yourself right here? Okay, gently release that. And bring your feet to the floor. Maybe roll your wrists in some slow circles. Maybe windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Maybe you stretch your arms overhead, just moving all the little kinks out. And you'll make your way into Shavasana. So begin to straighten your legs if that's comfortable on your back. If it's not, feet flat at constructive rest, knees together. Arms by your side. If you can, turn the palms up, do that. And kind of tuck the shoulders away from the ears a little bit. Maybe you move side to side. Sometimes I have to like move my ankles around to get really comfortable. The most comfortable that you can be. And allow your eyes to gently close, shut. Not controlling your breath here, not controlling your thoughts. The most profound visualizations that worked for me with regards to my mind was, rather than trying to control the thoughts, like we're not think. Imagine your thoughts like wild horses, and they're all in a corral. And instead of holding on to them that way, can you open the corral gates? And you let the wild horses, the thoughts, run free. Give them all the space in the world. And as they run free and let go, feel your body just get a little bit more relaxed and at peace. Letting go. Doing, trying, just get to be right there. Muscles and bones truly relax. I love that these bells are dinging right now. Get to move your fingers and toes. Bend your knees and roll to a comfortable side. And with your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seated position. Touch the palms of your hands together. Again, bring your thumbs to your heart space. Maybe return to your intention, or maybe it's something new. Who's noticing how you feel? Maybe there's a word, feeling, an I am statement that you want to carry with you through today. Bring your thumbs to your forehead center. Have an amazing day. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here for this first class in this new space. It's so nice to be together. And thank you, Kelly, for showing up at home. Have an amazing day. And yeah, I'll come back again.
Thanks,
Thank
Lisa.
you. How do you feel right now?
Good.
Yeah, good. Thank you. I'm going to work on getting this all working. All the details, but how was it with no music?